Welcome back to Post TV, live from NAB 2012. I'm Randy Altman, editor of Post Magazine. I'm here with TJ Ryan from Chop House Post, who has been kindly and brilliantly blogging for us from the show this year.
Thank you, thank you.
So, but you not only Chop House Post, you have another company as well.
Yeah, that's correct. I actually have a unique position where I get to come to NAB and look at things from both a systems integrator perspective, a reseller perspective, and the end user perspective.
So which were you here as this year?
I kind of wear all the hats and do all three. I look at things from an end user perspective, things that I like, things that I would want to use, things that I find affordable, things that work, and then I recommend those things to my clients.
Now, in terms of Chop House, can you just tell me what services you provide?
Sure. Yeah, we have a post-production facility down on the west side of Santa Monica in Los Angeles. We have a couple offline edit bays. We have a smoke and finishing room, Pro Tools room, and a new DaVinci DI theater screening room.
Ooh. Now, is it Smoke on Mac?
Yes, it is the Smoke on the Mac.
So what do you think about the new Smoke?
It's pretty exciting. It has a lot of the new editing tools that you want to see. I don't know if it's an official offline editing tool, so to speak, yet.
I think they want it to be.
They want it to be, but they're going to have to get into trimming and being able to export audio files. Is going to be an important thing if they want to get in the offline market.
Yeah.
So they're getting there.
So is it something that, because they're having, I think they're calling it a beta trial? So you could just go and kind of download it and play around with it. Is that something that you're planning on doing?
Yeah, well, my partner, Stephen Hens, over at Chop House, is already playing with it now.
Really?
So I'm going to be talking to him today and find out a little bit more of what he thinks and how he enjoys it. He's the artist who gets to sit and play with those things, and I do more of the technical stuff, which make it all work.
Okay. So what else have you seen that has interested you, just from like, that's cool, and then what have you seen that you actually might buy?
Wow, this NAB this year I found had a lot of really cool stuff. Sometimes you come and it's just going to Vegas.
Right, it's
and,
just like
and
little
seeing your old friends.
Updates to things.
Right, but this year there was a lot of new stuff. I mean, the red 4K projector, that's a game changer. A laser projector for around 10K.
Yeah.
I just bought a projector, so I'm very angry.
Do you still have your receipt?
Yeah.
They might be okay about it.
No.
No?
No. Black Magic has just been blowing up the past few years.
Yeah.
I mean, they've really stepped up their game. The introduction of the camera just kind of finishes the whole cycle that they've been doing. They bought out DaVinci, they got switchers, they're doing the router stuff. Their original router, it was nice, it was good for a post-production facility, but as a systems integrator, I had trouble installing that in high-end facilities or live broadcast studios because they needed redundant power supplies, they need a redundant controller, they need protection. And now they finally have added that to the router. So it really is an interesting market product where they're actually going up against Harris, they're going up against Grass Valley, they're going up against Miranda, and really now have a product that's encompassing all of broadcast. They have the frames now, they have the router, they have the switcher, and there's the camera.
And the camera.
and there's the camera.
And they're throwing in Resolve just why
And they're throwing in Resolve. When I first got into the business, I started out graveyard shift dailies colorist. I was working on a DaVinci 2K, putting film up on a Spirit Data Cine, and I'm in a $2 million bay. And now I can build that bay for under $100,000. I mean, it's an unbelievable time that we're in.
Did you see now Quantel has the new Pablo, which is software?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that too. I love Quantel. I love the Pablo. Always have. It's always been out of my price range. If I had to recommend it for a client, I would recommend it for them, but I couldn't buy it. Derek Evanson's one of the main guys over there, an old friend of mine from Matchframe, and he was one of the first people I talked to when I got to NAB, and he brought me over and showed me that, and it was unbelievable. DaVinci did it, and everybody's kind of now falling in line with it.
They have to.
Yeah.
They absolutely have to. So what else? What else have you seen? What are you going to, what do you think you might actually invest in?
Well, what I'm the most interested in right now for me is on-set daily solutions. I want to get everything as close to being finished as I can before it even gets into my post house. You know, I want to take the post house and I want to put it on the set. I want to be part of the production and not wait till everything's done and try to fix all the problems. With all the new software-based color correcting tools, it's making it very affordable to put together a very small mobile solution to show up on set and do what I like to call instantlies. You know, no more dailies, no more waiting tomorrow. You know, I can take the footage, color correct it, edit it, put it on somebody's iPad, and the producer's looking at it right there immediately, a color corrected version of what they just shot. And you know, that's where it needs to go. Would you
invest in a monitor for on-set? Like I know TV Logic has a new monitor that is geared for on-set dailies.
Yeah, the XVM, I believe it's called, is the XVM series. Yeah, I own the LVM series TV Logic monitors. I also, you know, I installed and did the engineering and designing for AOL studios in New York and LA, and I put TV Logic monitors in their whole facility. And I think monitor-wise, I spent a lot of time yesterday looking at all the monitors. For the price point, the Bolin series monitors, you know, an LCD is an LCD. Look, I started with CRTs, so I've been looking for a CRT replacement for years.
So you're spoiled.
Yes, yeah. You know, I took it for granted. And all the LCD monitors, I mean, as soon as you can accept that it's not a CRT,
yeah,
and just this is what it is,
move on,
and move on, it's good. So, you know, I like the TV Logics. The Bolin, for the price point, you can't beat it. The LCD technology is pretty much the same in all of them. They're all, you know, promoting 1 billion colors, 1,300 to 1 contrast ratio. You know, the off-axis viewing is still tricky. But the one monitor that I really, really liked was the TriMaster EL, which is the OLED technology from Sony.
Yeah.
And that was just an absolutely beautiful monitor. I finally saw the liquid shiny blacks that I used to see in a CRT. You know, the LCD monitors, they're good. They get a nice Rec 709 look and they stay that way, so you don't have to calibrate them all the time. But the blacks aren't as rich as what you see on glass on a tube in a CRT. Well, with this OLED technology, one of the things they're doing is they're not doing a black pixel. So if there's a black pixel, they just do no pixel. So you're getting pure black in the monitor every time you want to see it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, of course, it's $30,000,
right?
And they made it a BVM. You know, they're calling it a BVM again. So, you know, they're going to charge that much, but, you know, I'll recommend it to my clients for shading stations, color correction rooms, anything that's a color critical viewing. And, you know, for smaller post houses, the Bolin series or the TV Logics are, you know, right up there.
Anything else you want to add before we
well, no, the new thing that I'm really liking in monitors right now is the fact that they're putting waveform monitor and vector scopes into the monitors.
Yes.
And you got to be careful because some of them, they say they have it, but it'll just be like one channel and it's fuzzy and it's not a clear scope. And the company that I saw that's doing it the best right now is Marshall. Marshall monitors, you know, they do all the rack monitors. I put them in trucks, in studios and racks, and they've always been great. So they actually have a full waveform that you can do an RGB parade, see all the colors, and it's crystal clear and absolutely beautiful. And for the price point, you know, I used to spend $20,000 on a $12,000 rasterizer and then output that into a monitor so you could see all the scopes. Now I can buy one of their monitors for free, you know, $4 grand, $3 grand with the scope built in. And that's really nice, especially for a post house. Let's say you're doing a color correction room. You buy a little 15-inch monitor for $3,000. You put it up on your desk. You have all your grading, you know, right there done.
It's a nice solution.
Very nice, very nice option.
Well, TJ, thank you so much. We're going to let you get back out there and see what else you want to buy.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back with more Post TV Live from NAB.